Welcome back. In this video, we'll learn about a sample tool inside Alteryx. As the name says sample, we are going to pick up sample of your data as an output. Now, what I can do is I can just remove this option or I can just create a new workflow. Let me save this workflow named as data cleansing part 1, Control S, and I'll create a new workflow. What's the data I'll pick up here? I'll pick up the data which is in the data preparation in this particular Excel file in section number 4. When I open this file, you can see the data would be many records. If I say it's almost 10,000 records. What I want is I just want to pick up sample data out of the entire records. So let me close the file, and in Alteryx, I can just bring this input data, select that file which is from folder number 4, section 4, data preparation, and click on OK. Now when I execute, the first thing what we have is we have null columns and null rows. Let's fix it. So in the preparation tab, in the previous video, we have seen about the data cleansing. I can bring that data cleansing to remove the null rows and null columns. We have seen this example earlier. And when I execute, I'm getting purely only those records which are not null. Okay, 10,000 records. Now, the next topic comes here, the sample tool. Now, sample, as the name says, will pick up some sample data. Let's begin. I can drag this sample data into the canvas over here. Now, what is there on the left hand side? If you observe in the configuration window of the sample tool, we have many radio buttons here. The first radio button says first n rows. So here by default n is given as 100. It will pick up first 100 records from the entire data set. When I click on run button, and if you see in the output anchor, I'm getting only 100 records. So sometimes we want data which are from top 100, bottom 100, or in between. We can use this sample tool. Now it can be the first records. Sometimes when the data gets fed, the upper records on the top would be of the previous date. The last records might be from the last date. So it depends upon your data set. You can change the example. So this was first n rows and last n rows. Same way, if I want, I can just change it. Instead of 100, I'll pick up as 5 and click on run button. So this will give me first 5 records. So we have not put any condition, just first 5 records. Same way, I can pick up last 5 records. Next one, I have skipped first n rows. Suppose if I want to skip first 5 rows and get the remaining data, I can just click on run button. So it will skip the first 5 rows and give me the data from row number 6. And if you observe, out of 10,000 records, I'm just having 995 records. Next one, 1 of every n rows. So 1 of every n rows, in a sense, every 5 records, it will pick up 1 record. So if I select 1 of every 5 rows, and if I click on run button, you see every 5 rows, it will pick up 1 record. So 1 to 5, 1, 6 to 10, 6, 11 to 15, 11, 16 to 20, 16. So it has picked up 1 record. Same way, this is also one option, 1 in n chance to include each row. When I click on run button, this will pick up any record from that data set. Okay. So 1 in n chance to include each row. 1 in chances of 5 to pick up each row here. So you see row number 8, 9, 10, 15, it has picked up. Now you might have a question that why do we use this example? Whenever you are working in a software testing department, if you are a manual tester or an automation tester, it is important to pick up random data for testing. It's difficult to test the entire data set. So what you do is you randomly pick up the data and put into the website or the application. It's also known as gorilla testing or monkey testing. Jumping from one place to another, that is what you call 1 in n chance. Next one, you have first n person of rows. So if I say 1 person of rows, n equal to 1, out of 10,000 records, if I pick up 1 person records, it will give me 100. Why 100 records? Because total number of records were 10,000. So if I click on the input anchor, you can see these are 10,000 records. Now, if I say I want 2% records, and if I click on run button, I'll be getting here 200 records. So it is nothing but giving you percentage wise number of records. Okay, percent wise. So these are by default radio buttons helping you to pick up some sample data. Now we are going to next level. We have some data, okay, depending upon the region. Let me expand the region column there. So you see we have a region column, northeast, west, southwest, central, many regions are there. So what I want is I'll just select the option as grouping by region. Here's the option grouping by region. Right. So I've selected region and here I'll tell them first one row. Okay. N equal to 1, first n rows, and the grouping is done based on region. When I click on run button, you can see I'm getting only 6 records. Why? Because there are only 6 regions available. Okay. And I told them I just want one record from every region. If I tell them I want 2 records from every region, so 6 plus 6, you'll be getting 12 records. That means for central, you'll be getting 2 records, northeast 2 records, west region 2 records. When I click on run button, why 2 records? You see there are 12 records as an output. Why? Because I have given the value n equal to 2 itself. Same way, I can keep on writing n equal to 3, 4, 5, 10, any number of records. Now, sometimes you also want to club based on different columns, not only based on region, but maybe based on state or city or segment. You can keep on clubbing the data based on the columns itself. Okay. So for time being, I think this is the only option I can show. Sometimes you also want to select all option and then you want to club them together, but we'll not go for that. We'll just deselect the option. And for time being, I'll just select the option as, let's say, first 500 records, and I can just click on run button. So this is the output. I'm keeping it here. Okay, I've picked up first 500 records. So I hope you have understood what exactly is the sample tool and why it is used in the preparation tab. That's all for this video.